Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to RoboThought Zero to Hero series C coding using Arduino Mega. Guys, we have reached lesson number 36. We have reached very far, right? We have learned so many things in the previous lessons. In this lesson, I am going to show you if, else, and else if statements, right? It's a different kind of logical sequence which flows in your C programming in Arduino especially, right? So basically the else statement and else if both are used after specifying the if statement, right? In the previous video I showed you how to use a if statement. In this lesson the if else and else if both are used combined or separately after using if statement only. So it allows multiple conditions to be grouped together, right? So let me show you some logical sequence how this particular stuff works. So if you look at the chart here, you know the control statement starts from your int, your declaration of the pins and stuff like that, and you do the void setup. And after the void setup, once you come into your void loop, you set up first condition 1, and if the condition 1 is true, it goes to the statement 1, right? If the condition is false, then it goes to condition 2, and then if the condition 2 is true, it goes to statement 2, and if the condition 2 is false, it goes to condition 3. Right? And if everything is right, then it goes to the else condition and the statement just below that. This is the overall flow. I'm just trying to put some pictorial stuff to explain you guys how the control statement works in C programming. It's very important you understand these basics, guys, before we get into some advanced stuff, right? So having said that, the if else statement, right? The if else condition includes if, right, with the parenthesis statement, and the else, right, else, another square curly bracket, right? That is how the functions works, right? The condition in the else statement is executed if the result of if statement is false, right? If you look at the flow chart, you can see it very clearly. And the else statement can also include other if statements, right? Both can be done, else and if, it can be included. So due to this, what happens is we can run multiple statements in a single program, right? It's going to trigger multiple conditions and executions, and you can do multiple tasks. So that's how it works. The statements basically will be executed one by one until the true statement is found in your entire control logics. Okay, that's how it's been simplified. So when the true statement is found at the end or at the middle or at the top, it will basically skip all the other if and else, right? As if there are say 10 different lines of conditions you have put, and wherever there is a true condition, for example in line number 2, if the program founds that it's a true is equal to true condition, the rest of the lines are ignored completely, right? And the if and else statements in the code runs the associated blocks to that particular code. So now you might ask me a question, what is the difference between else and if else, right? So it's basically, you are trying to create multiple lines of code within your application to make sure that one of the conditions are met, or two of the conditions are met, or three of the conditions are met, right? So for example, the else function ELSC with a curly bracket open and close is executed if one or all of the if conditions are present in that particular code, or it comes out to be false condition, right? So let's quickly write a code, and I will show you some basic examples so that you guys can understand what exactly it means, right? So let's say int a equals to 5, like this, okay, semicolon, and then int b equals to 6, semicolon. Now let me get into the void setup, and it's a one-time setup. So let me close the parenthesis. It's a function, and we need to open a curly bracket. Inside the curly bracket, that is the block of code, I am going to say serial.begin at the rate of 9600 speed baud rate, semicolon. Alright, then I am going to come out of that block that is outside your curly bracket, and then we need to say void loop, wherein we need to repeat the program based on the logic, right? In the void loop, what I am going to do, open a curly bracket. Now let us use a if statement. If, right? If A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, then let me come into the bracket again. I think it's a curly bracket is closed, right? Once it is closed, serial dot begin indentation, it has to be like this: serial dot print ln. Let's say, what do we print in a double quote? Say A is greater, like this, and close the parenthesis as semicolon. And now what we can do, we can close the parenthesis like this, okay, and come out of that block, and now you can use else, else. See, the color changes immediately. After you do that, you open another block. In that block, we can say serial dot print ln, and then we can say in a double quote A is smaller, and then close the parenthesis with a semicolon. I hope I am not doing much of mistakes. Yeah, I think it should work. Yeah, I need to close with a curly bracket twice, like this. Now let me just compile the program and see. Serial dot, what did I do? Serial dot print ln, like this. You got to double check your codes, guys. Sometimes, not sometimes, but probably many a times, even a simple silly mistakes causes a havoc. Compiling. Void, alright, there you go, the spelling mistake. Void setup. Let me compile. Oops, what is the indentation mistake again? Open the curly bracket within the code and then void loop. Okay, I think I need to close this, open this again. Let me try. Another error. What is the problem? Let me delete that. Alright, done compiling. Now it works. Great. Now let me upload the program. Now let's see what result we get in the terminal, and A is smaller. Obviously A is smaller. Let me show in the serial in your, yep. Can you see this, guys? So, you know how the if and else if program works. So you are getting A is smaller. Obviously that is the logic of if and else you have used. So if you look at this flow, this is the exact thing we try to apply in our code, and it works, right? So it's a pretty simple logic. If you understand the basic English meaning of if and else, you can apply those logic, but yeah, we need to make sure to use the syntaxes correctly, right? Those are very important things in C++ programming. All right guys, so that's all about it, and I hope you understand. Do give me a like and a thumbs up, and I will get back to you soon at the earliest. In the very interesting lessons are coming up in the next following videos, guys. Do stay tuned. Bye bye.